Welcome back to Dual Brick City, everyone, and today's update of the clone base and the city, of course. So as you can tell already, lots of things have changed. So starting with the clone base, a lot of things have changed here, and we'll talk about that, and also what are some upcoming projects for the clone base. So stay tuned. So starting here at the clone base, you see I moved the mountains around. So that mountain was originally over here where the hangar is. I moved this on over because originally I thought like, hey, this way I can always go on the backside, check out the backside, and do with that more often. It turned out in the last 3 months I maybe went like 2 or 3 times in total in that back corner because it's hard to reach. It's not comfortable, especially since I have all my boxes and drawers and everything underneath the table here. So I decided I'm gonna move that back there, even though I'm not gonna be able to see the inside of the base for now. But with that I put the hangar on the right side here. Put of course the new Coruscant Guard LAT gunship here. Integrate that into the city. And then where you see we have an open base plate here. What I'm gonna do there is I'm gonna build another mountain with the old barracks as a facade to it. And then leave a side opening open so we can see inside. So kind of what we did with the big mountain on the back side, we're gonna do on the side here for that barracks, so we can also pull full interior inside. And then we're gonna put the 212, which is also Obi-Wan's clone units in there. Of course, not much has changed on the mountain here. Well, we have all the 501st and the 332nd clones staged right in front of it. And one thing that I'm very happy about is from my usual viewpoint, which is about here, I get to see the entrance to the Jedi Temple, which is also very nice to see and integrate. Of course, if you want to see more in the future, more content, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I would really appreciate your help. And then going from there, we have the 1st Battalion here. And it might not look like it that I just moved a few base plates around, but I didn't. I had to remove about 300 tiles all over the whole base, mostly in this region, just to retile everything so I can accommodate the 1st Battalion and its glory and put them all nicely in rows. Since that base plate is overlapping, which is those two are the 48 by 48 base plates, and then one is here. So that then this way I can put my small base plates up front here. So which goes about here. So I had to move all of them over, retile everything. Well, with having that big mountain back in that corner where it used to be, I was able to finish the wall here. So as you can see, the wall here is now equally the same size and shape what the long one is. So it's all integrate each other, and then I was able to extend the base here. Not the dam, I mean, sorry. So I widened up the dam a little bit, put a couple of thermal detonators on it, which is controlling the whole river here. And then of course, put the 187th and the tanks all up front here. And I like this design of the base because we got it back there. We also haven't fully tiled off yet. What I want to do there is I'm going to put some of the extra vehicles like the 501st Swarm Speeders, the Walkers, and whatever comes in the future battle packs. So I can put those kind of like a storage area on the back plate there. And then have this area open here. And so if you're wondering, why did you move the whole base around again? Why didn't you just leave the mountain over here? Well, it's simple. I want to move the whole city, including the table, and put them against the corner here. So that will gain me about 2 base plates in depth. And by moving the whole table this way 2 base plates, I gain about 7 by 2, so 14 base plates in space to put over there. So which will tremendously grow the city, which is almost doubling this whole table, so from the Botanical Garden all the way up here to Little Tatooine. That's 8 base plates wide. with leaving a couple holes in the corners so I can reach the areas. And this way we can focus on building a bigger and better city for all of us. And then of course, with the change, we also have more space to accommodate more clones or more vehicle in the future. And while I was in the mood of changing the whole clone base, of course I had to change my city too. Because originally I thought about building a new building, which I did. Which is in the back there, where I'm gonna get to in just a moment for you guys. But having that new building and knowing that there's a new big modular building coming January 1st, I wanted to accommodate also some more space and open up my city even more. Like last time I did the change, I did more of an open concept and I liked it. And this one is even better of an open concept because from here, where I'm standing usually, I can see the clone base. And I can see every part of my city pretty open. There's no bad corners. And I was also able to integrate the new ghost, since I wanted to integrate the new sets for a little while at least. So as you see, this part stayed the same pretty much. Where the changes were is the back row. I integrated the botanical garden again. Built in that new building, which is my Inquisitor HQ, which is still under construction as you can see. And then Morgan Elizabeth from Ahsoka the show with Baylan and Shati. I built a little garden. It's kind of like a reference of The Mandalorian and the Ahsoka show. As you know, I always try to integrate the shows into my city somewhat. So I said I wanted to build an Inquisitor building, have that yard for those new bad guys, but I also can read the map to go to the stars. And then I moved the buildings in the back here, like my Chicago building, as I call it. And then when I was moving buildings around, I just placed the Palace Cinema and the Jazz Club next to each other. And I just realized, hey, those buildings fit so perfect together. No matter what I do, I have to make sure that those two buildings from now on are next to each other, because the colors are working with another, the size of each other, and they're just perfectly aligning with all the other buildings. There was often like a little gap of one stud. So I was able to integrate that, which made me very happy. And as a little bonus, my Chinese restaurant is next to the Chinese looking Palace Cinema. So we kind of have the little Chinatown corner. And then to the left of it is where I put Blaker Street. So where we have the Daily Bugle and the Sanctum Sanctorum. But also for a future place, because this is not where it's going to be. Little Tatooine, the mountain, the planets. So once I have extended the whole table by 14 base plates, I want to move Little Tatooine and the light tower more like towards the back. So it's kind of like behind Bay Bugle in a white way. So we got Little Tatooine somewhere around there. And then the open harbor area. And then we also may be potentially able to integrate the Darth Vader castle, which is currently on the shelf, and also maybe build a harbor, which all will be interacting with one another, and also having the train line again going all the way across, since I have that new space to develop it at once and just make a straight line going through. After that I will have to fix those road plates here, same with the one up here. And all the way back here by the Chicago building, and just finishing off some tiling out here by the Palace Cinema. And last thing is that I wanted to show after removing this block here, so to have a closer look at what I did here. So I built the Inquisitor HQ, which is just a standard block building with the swoosh door and an open balcony where I can put some of the Inquisitors and Marok. And then on the top you can see the construction ongoing here, where they're building the top levels of this HQ, so which is still under construction, because one, I'm very low on bricks, and secondly, I haven't had a construction in my city for quite a while, and I thought that would be the perfect fit, especially since the current height does not match with any of the other modular buildings all around town. And then it gave me the space to do this little park here. So as you can see, it's kind of like from the Ahsoka, like on the planet with the red trees everywhere. So we got our moonstone, which is that purple 1x1 brick, and all the sparking stones in it. And then a runestone, and then some of the fish, like with the water walkway where Morgan and Ahsoka were fighting in the Mandalorian. So this is like a 2-in-1 building, or mix up. And then we have of course Baylan and Chish here, who is one of the patrol troopers. So yeah, it's a cute little way to integrate it, and I also can keep all the green in that one corner there with the botanical garden, make it one little natural area. I hope you liked today's episode, and I will see you all soon.